It's all of them. My rights are given to me by God and enshrined in my Constitution.
I'm a constitutional attorney, and I'm going to tell you why this guy is wrong. And we're going to ignore for a moment the genocidal tendency of saying that everybody has to die before you would consider giving up your right to hold a gun. There are two other problems with this. First is that your rights are not absolute. Under our Constitution, the only absolute right you have, the only unlimited right you have, is to think freely. Every other one of your rights is limited in important ways. You have the freedom of speech, but you don't get to make threats against another person. You have the free exercise of religion, but if your God is telling you to kill somebody, like your son, as he did Abraham and Isaac, or Jephthah and his daughter, you don't have a right to do that. Your rights are limited by the rights of other people. And if you think that doesn't apply to the Second Amendment, I invite you to try to carry a gun onto an airplane or into the U.S. Supreme Court building. Your rights are limited by other people's rights. Your right to swing your fists ends where other people's noses begin. The second problem with this is that your rights are not given by God. Now, you like to talk about God-given rights because it makes them seem absolute and divine, reinforces the first problem. But our system is built on human rights, not God-given rights. And that's a good thing, because God-given rights are actually incredibly weak and fragile and frail, because they can be taken away by men claiming to speak for God. They depend on your geography, right? Are you in Indiana or in India or Iran? They also depend on who is speaking for God. Is it Martin Luther or Martin Luther King Jr. or Donald Trump? And again, God-given rights can be taken away by men claiming to speak for God. They are weak and fragile. Human rights, we possess those by virtue of being human, and that is what the U.S. constitutional system is based on. That's why God isn't mentioned in the U.S. Constitution. One of the reasons. That is what we have, and it is a far better system. So please, stop thinking that your rights are unlimited. Stop thinking that your rights are a license to violate the rights of other people. Our rights, our system, believes that the rights are coextensive. Your rights are not more valuable than somebody else's. Your Second Amendment rights, your rights to free exercise of religion, are not more valuable than other people's rights to life and liberty. You're wrong.